Now it
I'm on your
prepared.
page, so it will let me know when
Yes.
you go livey live. Oh,
Now
yeah,
we
there you
should be
go.
live.
There we go. Where is it? I'm just waiting for it. Morning, everybody. Tim's doing something.
Hi.
Here we go.
We're just
Just sharing it.
welcome.
Morning. How are you all? Lovely people.
We're actually extra excited to do some energy update in this
Mega
um,
excited.
magnified energies. And well, it's easy to be cocky now when we're sitting here and talking
Yeah.
and fried the rest of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. There's some funky stuff coming through, Mira, isn't there? We had a 15-minute chat before we went live, kind of discussing the happenings of the field. And you've been through a massive upgrade recently, haven't you?
2 weeks of fever, like high fever, 2 weeks, and sent to different places in the world in the same time to do planetary work. I think that was a hard task.
2 weeks. 2 weeks of
2 weeks.
integration. Well, that's the thing. I mean, with the energies that we're receiving at the moment, especially if you attend sacred sites, if you anchor these energies in, you have to integrate. And I think a lot of people are feeling this at the moment. That you are almost what a kind of like a very advanced example of what happens when you do this kind of work. You call these energies in, and you have to then update your system to match the frequency that you're holding. On a more organic level, it's happening everywhere as well. You
Yes.
don't even have to be doing the you don't even be you don't have to be putting the intention behind the work. You are simply receiving, because that's where we are on the ascension pathway. Like we're rapidly approaching the beginning of the Lions Gate expansion now, which is days away as far as I'm concerned. As soon as the sun moves into Leo, it's game on, basically.
Yeah. And I mean, as you say, everyone is experiencing this. If you are asleep or awakened or starting to wake up, like everyone is experiencing this. This is why we can notice that, it's so intense I mean, I can feel it's intense for my nervous system,
Yeah,
that also know how to center and know, it's like this waiting period, and it's like, okay, leave this, leave this, leave this, but wait for the new. And patience is like woof. And but at least we know how to center and at least go higher, and like, okay, we know it's the Stargate of the 8-8 coming.
yeah.
But many people around us are experiencing the same thing in the nervous system, and they don't know what to run into, and even they don't know what to distract themselves with, because it's so intense that you cannot run away from it. We have
No.
a huge wave of awakening happening at this moment, another wave.
Now, I touched on this subject last night in my YouTube live event, keeping your beautiful vibration. And I know a few of you tuning in will have attended to that last night. Now, when I organized that event, it was just I was given the fluffy title, "Keep Your Beautiful Vibration." And that's what it was. I'd say half of the meeting was working on retaining this vibration that is our birthright. Okay, you mentioned the word birthright earlier on there when we were chatting. That's really important at the moment. That's coming through very strongly. But this webinar, obviously, behind the energy behind it was it had a magnitude, and it belied the kind of what I regarded as the fluffy title. So a lot of very high frequency work went on. It wasn't just about keeping your vibration beautiful or retaining it. It was about how to maintain this light frequency when this incredible wave is occurring on the planet at the moment. Because like you said, there's a lot of people out there that are just getting knocked for six. and they might not have the same level of experience that, say, you or I or other people who've been teaching in the field for a while, who know energies. It's just happening, and the nervous system is struggling to keep up. The conscious bodies, the subconscious is struggling to make head nor tail of what's actually occurring, and this is occurring in just about everybody around us now. It's not just a selective few. It's what is basically part and parcel of our ascension process. It's massive.
Yeah. And where are we going? The question is also like, where are we going? I had a question yesterday with a friend talking. He was like, but why are we here? Why are we on Earth? And why is this happening? Where are we heading? I'm like, oh my God, that question was a good one. And you know what I'm getting from my guides, it's really like, I mean, we are heading towards remembering energetically who we are. And I mean, we are, each and every one of us are magnificent beings. We have so many lifetimes and incarnations with so much like we have so many experiences and gifts gathered. Can you imagine that moment when all of us truly starts to remember who we are? I mean, that's when the fun is going to start to happen. That's when we're going to go around and remember how the magic and the magicians we are, the priestess and higher priestess we are. We're going to like really work with the water, with the elements, you know. That's where like why we came here was because the place to be is Earth. We talked about this a lot. This is where you want to be soon when everything hits the fan, when like really it's not about, you know, remembering the king I was. It's the essence of the magnificent being we are, and in that moment the mind control of this planet will be dissolved.
Mm.
The victimizer will be dissolved. Everything that they managed to insert and string to our field will be released, and we will like really remember that there's no comparison, there's no separation. We are
Right.
each and every one of us equally needed here with very
Mm.
unique gifts, and that's where we're heading. So we need to drop a lot of density.
A lot of density very quickly, and you just absolutely hit the nail on the head there about, you know, like what are we doing here? I mean, like, what is all of this about? You know, year after year, kind of, and now we're in the second decade of what has been classed as the 20-year jump from 3D to 5D. But why? You know, why would we choose to undergo this? Why are we going through it? And it's all about remembrance of our spiritual heritage, our birthright. That, I think that's it's a very important word at the moment, because as we are now navigating what is going to be another mass wake up, okay, we just kind of break this down a little bit, because a mass wake up sounds wonderful, doesn't it? Yeah, like, yeah, another mass wake up, woo, you know, party time. The actual nuts and the bolts of it are far more serious, because when you wake a like a soul proportion of this planet up, there has to be certain circumstances applied in order to create that wake up. Now, are they going to be energetic, or is there going to be something in our field that is presented to us in our physical reality which triggers people out of their hypnosis and into a state of awakening? So what we're doing at the moment is we are very fine-tuned. We are in a very fine-tuned way balancing the field so that we are almost carrying the wave of the wake up, so that it goes in the direction of the easiest point of flow. And I think this is, again, this is all tied in with how we build on this ascension process, is to make sure that things occur as smoothly and as efficiently and as easy as possible, without crashing circumstances happening in our reality, which have a general tendency to make things very uncomfortable, because we are at that seesaw point where there is an awful lot of darkness around us, that's all shouting very loudly for our attention. You know, pay attention to this, drop your vibe. Pay attention to that, drop your vibe and be angry, be outraged, be you know, like, be angry, you know, like that is so wrong. Invest your energy in it, become part of the platform, create at that level. And that's one thing that was really hammered home to me yesterday, is do not be distracted. Under any circumstances, do not take your eye off the prize, do not get drawn into these lower frequencies. Keep the ride as smooth as possible. We're here to create at a higher level. So that's going to be very important as we move through this Lions Gate, is don't look left, don't look right, don't look down, look straight forwards and create at the highest frequency possible, because all of these distractions are going to be there to kind of draw you out of alignment.
Yeah, and exactly. And the thing is that until now this year, it has been about really clearing everything that we know until now. And
Yeah.
that has been intense. I mean, for you that have been teaching, for me that have been teaching for a long time, for all of us in the spiritual field, we've been asked over and over again daily to release everything we know, because there's a completely new level of consciousness that wants to come in and come through, and everything that we know until now has a little bit been inverted.
Yeah.
So
Just a little
so
bit.
it's like, yeah, go to center, go to center, go to center. Notice the distractions. We were talking about this in Glastonbury a lot when we were there also, because the distractions are massive,
Yeah.
and they want us to take us out of center. And really the most important thing is really not what we do, is being in center. Stay here in this space of nothingness, which is the limitlessness, and then when the message come, take action,
Yeah,
but not
absolutely.
before. Don't go and chase, because then you go into the distractions. And also, like now when we've been like after the Lions Gate, that's where what we harvest, when we just dropped and dropped and dropped and dropped everything that is old, we go walking through the Stargate, and we will be ready for really something completely new. And we will have a lot of assistance on the planet now, because I'm noticing on the cosmic and the galactic levels that there are many, many beautiful beings that wants to come in and assist, because they're noticing that the awakening has made us very much more committed. So they're like, now it's getting fun down on Earth. Let's
Yeah.
go and help them a little bit, because now we can start to communicate. Now they will listen.
Yeah.
Now they will even look at us when we come, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's yeah, so it's interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. And now when we're going to do the Advanced Ascension Journey together in September, that starts, we've also been asked to, like, don't prepare anything,
No.
you know, feel into the field, and take 1 month at a time. Even if we got to the topics, we don't know anything about how it's going to be or the details, because
No.
they really wanted us to drop everything we know. So for you listening also, like, okay, I already know so much, or I don't know enough, blah blah blah, leave the stories.
Mm.
When you feel guided to join or do something, go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
If you're going to do something, put 100% in it. That's another message that I'm getting very clearly at the moment, is
yes.
our point of focus when we're in this, when we're in the 0 point, when we're creating for ourselves, needs to be undiluted. Okay, the power of our creation is incredible. So many of us are feeling like we're juggling energies at the moment. Like there's just this coming in, there's that's coming in, that's got my attention, this has got my attention. Bring it back to point of focus. Pick what you want to grow. Okay, pick it, water it, plant it, nurture it, bring it through. Make sure that the foundation of that is strong. And we're going to be working very much on creating that strength, creating that platform, working with the energies that we have at play at the time when we're moving through the advanced 6 months ascension. And it's going to be things that we know but we don't know because they're being presented on a new platform of energy. So we're working at a much higher levels than we ever have been previously, and that's what's making the whole scenario so fun at the moment, because we are just working with what we have when we have it, and that is the beauty of fifth dimensional creation.
Yes, that's a huge shift. I mean, for many years we were asked to channel the things before and
Yeah.
blah blah blah, and now it's like we even can't. Even if we try, there's like nothing, nothing, nothing.
No,
And sometimes we try to go back to the old ways, both you and me, and they're like, no,
no,
no, no.
no. Get kind of like get put on the naughty step for that, don't
Exactly.
you?
So, and also some people have been asking us like, what is advanced? Am I advanced enough? And it's always hard to put a journey, a 6-month journey like this into words. How can we call it? It could be a mastery school, it's like a priest or priestess school. It can be called so much. But in many ways, the advance, what we are referring to is the level of commitment,
Yeah,
the level of commitment. So what we see as advanced is advanced ascension, advanced spirituality is the level of commitment and the willingness to 100% start to walk the spiritual path and really kind of walk out of the spiritual closet, because I'm noticing also that where we're heading, we're gonna need to always 100% be who we are, no matter what,
I mean,
even with the teachers of the school, with our kids,
yeah,
social security, like, because it's too draining for us to pretend or protect even the other, because it's maybe uncomfortable for the other person if we start to talk about our belief system, because they will remember and they were going to feel even more stuck. But actually our mission is to be who we are, and I don't say it's easy to 100% walk out of the closet, but at least having that willingness and longing, that's what this journey will also make for you. Because last time we had this 6-month journey, there was huge transformations for everyone. So the advancement is the commitment.
yeah. That's a
Mm.
very good point. I mean, from my perspective, and I know you feel this way as well, Mia, anybody who's on the ascension pathway at the moment, you are dealing with advanced energies. Even if you believe or you feel that your knowledge level is low, it's not. All you need to do is be tuning into the aspects of you that remember who you are, remember what your mission is, remember what you're actually here doing on this planet. And so the conscious level of understanding isn't what I regard as the important part. It's the being here, like you say, Mia, the actual right. I'm just going to do this. Bang! I'm here. I'm throwing myself in at the deep end. There is no shallow end of the pool anymore. Okay, there's no baby pool.
No.
There's no kind of like lukewarm bit that you can go and stand up to stand up in your ankles anymore. It's all a deep end. Everything, all of these energies are coming in from such a high frequency source. The whole planet is holding this high frequency source of energy. Everybody's at the same level. The only thing that divides us is our level of consciousness and our application to that consciousness and how much we've allowed ourselves to see. And this August, we're going to see a huge unveiling of what people can see, what they can feel, what they can remember. And that's not going to be necessarily a comfortable place for these people that have maybe resisted the wake up until the now moment. It's going to be a bang. Now you can see. Welcome to the club. So all good fun.
Yeah. And we also see that the topics that we're going to cover is what we're going to need. Like, we don't need to, it's not so important that we know how to do the maths anymore or the physics and stuff like that, the geography and stuff, because it's anyway fake, but and the history. But what we need to know is how to ground. And we And that's not the old grounding, because everything has changed. There will be new ways of grounding, more advanced, so to say. And also, how do you develop your grounding as the electromagnetic field is advancing? So we're really aiming to give you the tools so you can ascend without needing us holding your hand every week. So it's also, how do you clear advanced energies, as you say, because the more light, also the more advanced level of dark energy can enter.
Mm,
And it's nothing to fear. It's just like remembering how powerful you are, and that you need to increase your level of awareness. And also, like, how do I handle an activation, and what is an activation? How do I take myself through an initiation? How do I understand what an activation is? How do I integrate, and what is upgrades? So it's really about the energy management, the new earth school that we kind of need to know for ourselves, for our children, our beloveds, because many of us also have children that we also need to assist.
mm.
And we cannot run all the time away to different healers and channelers and take our
No,
children here and there. We want and need to know this by ourselves. And eventually many of us will be called to do big works for groups, for families. When a family member is transitioning,
yeah.
everything will change. So yeah.
Everything is changing. It's
Mm, it
it's
is changing.
and I think this is why so many people are feeling this pressure now, but beforehand there were little bits of evidence around. You could feel the energies, you could see groups of people waking up. Now we are clearly witnessing and in like this wildfire of consciousness waking up around the planet, but also in response to that, the panicked pushback from the 3D matrix, which is, and I think this is an important point to make this morning, is you are going to be seeing this pushback everywhere. Okay, it is going to be coming from each and every angle. So it might be that might be what's feeling overwhelming, the fact that you are trying to retain this vibration and you're being saturated by what feels like a never-ending kind of attack of lower frequency energies. That's what we're here for. Okay, that's what we've trained so hard for over the past years, and why the message to be completely undistractable is coming through so strongly. And again, when we're on the other side of that, when the waters recede slightly, with the energy waters recede, you're going to have this very bright new platform of energy. And effectively, by the time we begin working together for the 6 months in September, we're going to be on a new timeline. Okay,
Yes.
this is what occurs on the other side of the Lions Gate. There's a new timeline with new factors of energy to play with, new platforms of energy. Things are going to be really stepping up.
Yeah. And also another thing that my guys keep saying to me is that talk about the universal laws. I know you call them
Ah,
principles, but
yeah,
we talked
divine
about this a
principle.
while ago, that they want us also to work and kind of establish the universal laws, the natural laws, the principles of this the universe, and working through them, and as we are being guided, we'll also give I don't know, like the teachings and the platform, and also the foundation to anchor into, because we also all need something to hold on to. As much as we're expanding our own gifts, it's also really nice to anchor into something that has been there for a long, long, long time. So we will
Yeah,
be working a lot with that, which I'm super
that's,
excited about. And what we really, really enjoyed the last time, that I'm looking forward for and that I've been missing, is the Q&As,
oh,
because
that's such good fun.
the Q&As was so much fun, because
Mm,
I mean, we're all the time working in the field, you and me, so we sometimes forget what we know,
mm,
and what actually is needed to dive deeper into. But the questions that all of you that was joining last year put into the field and that we got to answer each month, I really felt that we sometimes we spend 2 hours because there's so many
Yeah,
amazing questions,
yeah,
but that really advanced the whole field, the group field.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's really important, I feel, and that's something that you and I both really enjoy, isn't it? The because not only is it gives us the opportunity to kind of dig in and write, okay, that's an
Mhm.
interesting question. Let's look into that. It also gives us a very clear indication of where everybody is. And watching the questions and the parameters, the energy that the questions were set in change so
Yeah.
dramatically over 6 months was just amazing. It's like, like if you took a before and took an after, it's Mars and Venus. So
Yes.
it spoke, the results speak for themselves. They really do.
And we will open the Facebook group, the closed Facebook group for all of you that are joining the 1st of August. So it's pretty soon.
Hmm.
And we will give you some juicy stuff like a grid to kind of have your energy in. So because there's you're gonna feel it energetically that you're saying yes to this. So we want to support you a little bit. We'll give you some goodies before we start.
Yeah,
So
I'll
the
go.
Facebook group is opening. And for you that don't have Facebook and maybe listening to this through YouTube, you will receive everything through mail. So you know, so everything will come. And if you miss a live, you will always receive the recordings. There's been a lot of questions around this. So
Mm.
if you feel that you have the longing to join us and that you really feel like, oh, it's like you feel that your soul says, it's time for more. It's time for more. It's time to be together in a group because I mean I'm lazy sometimes, but if I'm in a group, then I'm doing the things that is like, oh no, not that. So
Yeah.
teamwork is incredible when things are, a little bit challenging every now and then.
That's the beauty of a supportive field because I mean, coming from a point of absolute honesty, we don't always feel like pushing through.
Mm.
Sometimes it's downright tough, isn't it? And
Yeah.
and that's we are moving from the when we talk about unity consciousness, when we're talking about a unified field all working together, that is exactly what we mean, exactly what we're talking about. And I was shown
Mm.
something very clearly on Monday. It's called the chain of light, to support each other during this period of
Mm.
time coming up is to literally be linked in together as a field of light workers. In the meditation, I was shown to, like with the eyes closed, to take the hands of a person on either side of you, people that you know or whoever presents themselves in the field, and link hands with them and light
Mm.
yourself up, see that light pass into other people. And the person on either side of you takes the hands of two people that they know. And that field, that chain of light expanded and it went and I could see it happening worldwide. That's just the beginning of the unity and the power and the strength that we have together and that we're going to be maintaining and growing and building, particularly over the next that's what the second half of the ascension process is all about.
I just remember when we were in Glastonbury, we were 130 people holding each other's hand in this big
Oh,
circle.
it was
I
amazing.
remember that, and we were standing in the middle, and tears were falling from people's faces because of that strong connection with divine love. It's and feeling the unity and clearing all separation through time and space.
Yeah.
Because when the separation has left our field and we are moving to oneness, nothing can get us.
No.
And we already have a date for Glastonbury, so our intention is also, of course, to work this 6 month, and then we will meet in the end of May in Glastonbury, and
And have a right old
it
time.
was so much magic. So it's already set and
Already
booked,
booked.
and we are here, and we're
Mm.
super excited. So yes, let's walk through the Lions Gate first, and yeah, and then we see.
Yay. And you and I are coming together on the 23rd of August as well, aren't we?
Yes, and we're gonna do the upgrade. So we're gonna take all the juiciness once all the intense
Ring the
were
season
yeah,
out.
yeah. I'm coming for the 23rd. I'm gonna stay here in Greece and be in the water and
Yeah.
hiding my whole head underneath the sea. And then I will come back around the 23rd and we can work with the juicy energies while you doing the work too.
Yeah, yeah, I've got a right old August booked I have, so it's going to be good fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be really, really
Mm.
nice. So I look forward for the period after Lionsgate. And until then,
Oh, I love it. Love it
yeah,
all.
let's center.
Lovely,
So
calm Virgo energy. It's delicious.
yeah, yeah. Actually, there's also simultaneously an energy of, how can I call it? Just, I don't know, less seriousness,
Mm.
but still more commitment than ever, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So, we were so serious. I've been so serious on
Seriously?
this path. And it's like, can we just drop that seriousness and just,
No,
like really see it from like how fun it really is that we didn't choose to come here again. And
no,
we were like, I
no.
take that contract and that looks juicy. And yeah, give me that one also.
Yeah.
And and then and
It's
then, in the same,
paradoxical, really, isn't it?
it's so fun. And in the same time, have never been more committed to, like,
No.
armor up, because now it's game time.
Game on. Game on.
Yes.
Really game on. Yay.
So thank you, team. So nice to
Oh,
connect.
and with you, Mia.
And
I'm
thank you,
glad you've
everyone.
recovered from your
Yes.
upgrade.
Yes, 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 yes. So
Yeah,
glad for that. And
cooked on
thank
no
you,
heat.
everyone that joined us here. We will put all the information and the links. And if you have any questions, I will put the email also to my team, so you can ask questions if you wonder. But again, we are being led by the heart. So if your heart says go, join us.
Brilliant.
You will not regret it. That's one thing I think we
No,
can promise. There will be no regrets, not
no
at least
regrets.
afterwards. Okay, much love, everyone. Much
Lots
love,
of
team.
love.
Mwah.
Mwah. Bye
Bye,
for now.
everyone.
Bye.